All right, it's me, Colonel JJ. I'm back. Another set. Actually, the same night as the previous one. Just split them up to make it a little more, make it a little easier on me. Hopefully, it's easy for you. Thanks for being here as always. With another Athenian League cast in the playoffs, we're moving up a tier from our last match. We're going up to the middle division. I think it's called the I might actually have these wrong. This might technically be the classical tier and not the heroic tier, but heroic sounds better. So we'll go with that. And I've got our quick little stats for the players we're going to be watching. DarthNox, he's part of the DoD clan, and Scream Warrior. Both are 1400s. Again, similar ratings as to each other, but as we saw in the previous series, might not mean it's a close series. We got DarthNox is only Atlantean. Atlantean all the way, a lot of Gaia. And Scream Warrior is only Greek. So we've got an Atlantean versus Greek showdown. Scream Warrior with a slightly better record, 7-5, as opposed to 3-3 over for DarthNox. And we are going to get in the series. All right. I'm in the wrong window here. Where's replays? There it is. All right. Replays Athenian League. And shoot, I need to move. Actually, I need to download them. Always issues. I have them ready. I just forgot I did not download them. Kind of the most important thing is to get the games downloaded, huh? All right, we have them downloaded. We just need to get into the get them into the folder they need to be in. And there we go. All right. Now we're back. We're good to go. Just close this and then load it up and they will be there. Game one. Game one. DarthNox versus Scream Warrior. And wouldn't you know it, what a surprise. Gaia for DarthNox. And then a Greek for Scream Warrior. It is a Hades. So, got what we thought we'd get. Greek versus Atlantean. Guy on the bottom. And Hades on the top. On Mars. This board did not quite die where you probably wanted it to. That's okay. Things happen. Mistakes are made. These players are, about 1450-ish skill level, I would say, give or take a bit. So you'll see some good. You'll see some bad. This, I'm not a... I don't know if this really benefits, even in the short term. Here, he's trying to get Vaults of Erebus out, but I don't know if it really safe, because you're going to have to build the storage camp anyway, but it doesn't really matter. One thing I like about this, did I say this is Marsh? This is not Marsh, because game one is always brought to you by the unknown. So we have the unknown. We have little ponds of fish that would not be worth docking on early. Maybe not even late either. It's just, they're so far away over here. Is it really worth it? As bad as fishing is. I don't know a ton about these players, like preferred play styles, if we'll be aggressive or defensive. I gotta think that Gaia versus Hades will probably be fairly defensive. Maybe early town centers, but I don't know. We'll find out. We do have Oceanus coming in. And we do have, excuse me, Athena coming in. So what do we see? What do we get? Blue really looks like he wants to grab a town center. No back town centers, though, on this spawn. So no town center. Scream Warrior. Building a town center. Getting this one. Just waiting patiently. There we go. Protects a gold mine. A lot of goats too. And some pretty safe berries. Because what I'm looking at here, I'm looking at, will Warrior be able to support the villager production with accessible food? And probably with the safe berries and all of these goats. Probably. It would be tough, especially if he walls this off. It's going to be tough for DarthNox to get a lot of damage here. So even though this town center really doesn't protect much food, it's not a huge deal because he can just put all these villagers off of gold, never mine his gold mine in his base for a while, and just be happy to send them up here. Gets his second hero out, building a long wall. He's coming up to this wood line, though, in the back. I don't know why you wouldn't just mine this one. Oh, this is like an opportunity here where they can run past. Getting an armory as well. What is... Meanwhile, DarthNox looks like he's just kind of building up an army. And I'm kind of just getting a little bit cold. Scream Warrior's also got a relic that gives more hit points to the walls. Now if he can find like the wall regeneration. 40% more hit points, that is a ton. Population cap higher. Repair cost is less. Trickle of favor. Decent. I don't know why we're so defensive here. Again, I mean, he knows that this town center is being grabbed. But why so defensive with all these units? I mean, so essentially you've put all the resources into these units to get no value out of them for this long of time. So you gotta come forward. You gotta do something with them. And that's where we're going. Try to find places to hit. I mean, we got the towers. You can put up the... This is going to be pretty tough to run in over here. I mean, you're not going to get much, but you could idle all of this if he comes all the way to the back here. He doesn't quite know about these villagers here. Okay, gets the sentinels cast over here. Where do you go from here? It's like me in this situation, usually playing beside it. You know, I'm still all right because I can just run right past and go all the way up here and around and in. But guy a little bit slower with units doesn't have that ability. And the gold block would be very difficult to achieve, especially with Vaults of Erebus. So what do you do as Gaia here? You've put all these resources into units that you're not getting any value out of. Heroes do more damage, they lose hit points. That's a nice one. Getting tons of infantry out. I mean, I would consider here, I would really be tempted to age up here pretty soon with, well, maybe not. Not Chronos. Like you could almost think about doing a, like a Behemoth push, but yeah, what do you got to do something with this? Otherwise, you're just putting resources into something that gives you no value. I mean, either you can still do damage over here. I mean, there's not a lot here. Kill the temple. Push this off. Like, there's still things to push, and he's just... You gotta do something. Because the longer you sit around, the more of an advantage warrior gets.
Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Burek. Skopos. Yuji.
Hmm. Like, I know you're against Hades, and the base seems so impregnable, but there's always something you can do. I mean, he can get on this, because that's what really should have been done. You know, push this one, get the Sentinels cast up here. And then even though there's towers here, you can still, with a pretty large military mass, get some damage done in here. I mean, you can get all of this idle, push this off, and kind of, you know, do at least something. I mean, is it going to win you the game? No. But yeah, I mean, Warrior's getting away with just greed upon greed. I mean, he gets up to second town center. It's semi-quick heroic, and DarthNox got all this army and just sitting there. You always got to do something. I'll use this lull in the action to finish my kind chocolate bar. We'll proceed to chew in your ears.
Yuji.
I guess he made all this army to kill the Nemean lion when it comes out. Holy smokes! Oh, there he's heroizing all of them. Wow.
Skopos.
Why?
Yuji.
Is there a specific reason to do that? Because I don't know. Does he have like some sort of amazing technology or something? He does have this. He does have that. But of all places to attack, this isn't the place.
Burek.
Alright. What does Scream Warrior do? Aging up Artemis. Alright, I would kill these. These pacifists are just gonna do too much. We've got a very... I mean, we're going all in here. Forced out the restoration, and now you're just fighting underneath everything here. And he can just make you pacifists and be okay to defend this while aging up. I mean, you're idling units, I suppose, and you are taking some decent fights, but I really would have liked to have just picked off these 3 sentinels to begin with. Because you've just been sitting under so much attack damage for so long. And now he's got to go back, and what did he accomplish in this attack? It just... it was an attack, and... yeah. Yeah, if he doesn't get dragged into here, you can be in a pretty decent spot just on this side. You kill... I mean, there's only 250 hit points. I mean, for the damage you did on the town center, could have been at least 2 dead sentinels. You might as well pick this one off, and then just stay up here. And now we're aged up mythic, and DarthNox has done no damage at
Πρόσταγμα.
all in this, giving up the sides of the map. Pegasus flying over. Use an earthquake to destroy the town center. Trying to out-repair it. Not quite. Maybe a little quicker, and he could have. And now, just so far behind in economy. I mean, still, the Scream Warrior could probably just like jump to Wonder Age here, because there's nothing going to come.
Πρόσταγμα. Πρόσταγμα.
But I mean, if we're gonna start going into talking strategy, like what if I'm DarthNox and I'm watching this game,
Λέει έτοιμος.
similar to the above, the first series, is what can we do to change things? We just kind of think of just what was the plan. I mean, the plan was to build an early army, but if you're not going to use that army, it might as well not exist. In which case, if you don't think you're going to get value out of your army, and you see the opponent building a town center, just don't build an army and build a town center. And then build your army up afterwards, and you'll get a bigger army at the same time as when he would have attacked anyway. So, it was kind of a failing there, just on the very basic kind of strategy level. Is apparently wanted to attack, but then felt like he couldn't attack, and so didn't do anything. In which case,
Πρόσταγμα.
it's not a surprise that you're facing Hades here. You
Πρόσταγμα.
just grab a town center then. It's now that Hades comes forward. I mean, we're gonna have to see like some sort of miraculous implode here. I don't know why you'd fight this when you've got implode coming. If you're wanting to kill the army without dying, you just don't fight. Unless he thinks he can win this fight and then cast implode. But now he's gonna be forced to cast implode on the army he half killed. As opposed to just using it on the entire army to begin with. And no idea this is over here either. But yeah, Scream Warrior's gotta be pretty happy because just been able to do whatever he wants. Way ahead in villagers. And now we've got, the late game Greek with the super strong units. What do you do here? And now comes our very weak implode to kill 10 units? 15 maybe? And that's it.
Λέγε.
How long does it take for these to fall over? Oh, they disappear. I would have liked to seen it like fall over. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty straightforward, simple game here, where Warriors just went for a very greedy boom, and DarthNox just couldn't find a way to punish it, and just eventually kind of probably had the timer in his head that like, oh, I had this army, I need to do something, and then did something, and then just kind of lost all his army. And now we're at where we're at, where Scream Warrior is quite far ahead. And Scream Warrior has played a pretty flawless game, because when you are kind of allowed to play a flawless game without any pressure, just kind of
Πρόσταγμα.
do what you need. And that's it. GG. A very, very simple win for Scream Warrior. These land water maps for the unknown are kind of uninspiring, I think. I would like to see more hybrid-y kind of land water maps. But that's game one. Well done to Scream Warrior. And it just DarthNox just couldn't figure out what the plan was. Just couldn't get a game plan up and running. And I've been there. I mean, it's one of those games where you aren't sure what to do, so you just kind of do nothing, and then you just kind of lose. You're like, well, I don't. It's just over. I guess the game happened. But we'll move on to game two, and hopefully we see a little bit more of some more action here from DarthNox. No more Hades, so hopefully a little bit more of an aggressive start here, and we see, oh, what map is this? Is this Mirage? Yeah, it is. Okay. So Mirage. It's a very kind of bright, shiny map here. I feel like the brightness could be toned down just a smidge. It's like morning, like dawn sunlight, which I have at my house. The window faces, the front of the house faces the east.
Πρόσταγμα.
And so yeah, every morning the sun just comes right through the window, and that's kind of what it's reminding me. Less down here though. For some reason it's brighter up here. At least it just seems like it. So if you see me squinting, it's because the game is a little bright. But what do we got? What do we got? We're gonna switch the sides here. But for some reason, yeah, we've got DarthNox is still Gaia, getting his fishing ships out nice. So hopefully he has like a really nice little build to kind of hopefully give him a bit of an advantage on his home map here. Warrior is Poseidon. Poseidon versus Gaia. We'll see how his Poseidon is. If it's not aggressive and he grabs an early town center, I'll be very much disappointed. Mirage also is a little bit of a unique map in that it's longer than it is wide. The edge of the map is cut off here, as opposed to the normal edge of the map. So it's nice to see a little bit of a difference. So it makes the distance between the players it's a little bit bigger than what it really seems like, because of the way the map is designed. But then the map is also slightly thinner. Anyway, basically this map's a model. It's tall and thin.
Λέγε.
Oceanus, yep, because every Gaia player has gone Oceanus. Ooh, he gets a Fey Beast. Poison the Scout with that thing. So I'm not super familiar with how this relic works. So you get this Fey Beast every, what did it say? I can't tell. Do they spawn even if this one does not die? So like, can you save them up to get like 6 of them and then run them in? Because I feel like that would be the best play, the best use of them if you can do that. You only ever get one, so you might as well just run it in right away then and just have it die. You can't stack them up. Like you can't get 1 + 1 + 1. It's just 1 at a time, and then it spawns again. Well, then just send it forward then. Get some damage on it and get your next one in, up and running. But we've got, yeah, the old classical Terma Mermillo here, and Scream Warrior. Ah, he's bought a town center.
Πρόσεχε.
Just attack. So Warrior is grabbing a town center. DarthNox knows his build.
Herr Joes.
Does the poison set off an alarm bell? When your units start getting sick
Skopos.
and the infection is spread, does it start?
Burek.
Oh, see, now you're just
Yuji.
see, I hear the alarm bells. You just need to, you probably too busy blasting your Taylor Swift. You can't hear the alarm bells. I hear the alarm bells, but I don't know if they ring when
Burek.
Forest Spirit does. Says they
Skopos.
do.
Burek.
But yeah, this is going to be maybe a similar game to the first one, where DarthNox is building this army, just not doing anything with it.
Burek. Skopos. Burek. Skop. Burek. Skopos.
I mean, you can just run around this, and you got all this to attack, all this to attack. You run down here. There's literally nothing. I think sometimes players like see this forward town center and are like, it becomes like a imaginary wall across the map to them. And they see this and think, I can't attack over here because the town center's there. When all you really need to do is just, I mean, you could literally just do right to here. Even humming that little jingle if you want to. And to just sit here, and who cares about the town center? Like, it doesn't matter. It's the villagers out villying.
Yuji. Burek. Yuji.
And you know, similar so far to game one is if you build this army,
Burek.
and you're not going to do anything with it, why build it? Just wait longer and like eco up instead.
Skopos.
And if you're worried about the enemy attacking you, instead of building the army, just scout with your Caladria. Then you can see if they're coming or not. Or you can see if they're even building an army. What does Warrior have? Alright, he sees this.
Λέγε.
Oh, maybe he doesn't see us. Okay, we will lose our beastie. Oh, it doesn't even kill the villager. What a ripoff. Don't stop here.
Έτοιμος.
Πρόσταγμα.
Πρόσταγμα.
Is this gonna be just like the first game, maybe? I mean, all right. Well, somehow Warrior is Warrior has not noticed this very surprising raid into the middle of his base here, and did he fall asleep? What happened? I'm like questioning whether or not this like recorded game has gone out of sync.
Λέγε.
Like, did he disconnect? Like, he must have. He must have. Surely he did? I don't know. Surely he disconnected. Which then is unfortunate for me because I have no idea who won this. That's uncalled for. I can't message them. They're not awake. I was not prepared for this. So I don't know who won this game. Because here's the bad thing is that I do know, unfortunately, that game 3 suffered one of those stupid recorded game bugs and it doesn't work. And in game 3, which we can't watch, I have just unspoilered the spoiler, and DarthNox wins game 3. So at least we have a game 4. But I would sure like to know who won game 2. And I don't know how I can figure that out without actually looking at the results of the series. So I'm a little bit stuck. So I know DarthNox won game 3. So I guess we could be in suspense and not even know if we're watching like a game point. So we're at 1-1. And we will move to game 4, which I guess we know is game point for somebody, because somebody's up 2-1 in this game. But we don't know who. I'm actually a little bit intrigued by this. So we move to game 4 suddenly. The score is something to 1, and we don't know who has the 2, and we don't know who has the 1. Um, hmm. We have an Aranos. So we can kind of maybe come to some solution, maybe think this through a little bit. So if Warrior won with Hades and switched to Poseidon, and now he's Zeus, I'm wondering if he won game 2 and has had to switch now to his third god. DarthNox has switched to Aranos because he won with Gaia, and now has Aranos to play with. So if I had to guess, I think the Scream Warrior, and even just looking at the map, or the games, at least assuming that they were able to continue that game and not have, not have Scream Warrior. I wasn't messaged about any problems. So, can you see the game? Yeah. I wasn't messaged about any problems, so I would assume they were able to like restore that game and keep playing. I would think that Warrior would win that game, just given on the situation we were looking at, because he still had ceasefire and such. But I don't know. But I'm going to guess that Warrior won it. Hopefully they're even able to restore. And what map are we on? Giza. Okay. Ross V, yes, Zeus, Illuminati, I hope you are doing well. It's good to see you, my man. We're heroizing Oracle. You must want a relic. Infantry train faster? Yep. Temple, the buildings are constructed faster. Okay, that's not bad. Gold gathers faster. That's good. Infantry train faster. That's good. If you're gonna make infantry. All right, we've reached the heroic age. Let's see what we got going on here. Looks like Warrior's gonna grab a town center. He's a town center grabbing kind of a guy. You know, these games are always like so different. Like my experience in AOM has been very much, or in Retold has been very much modeled by the fact that I just do one town center aggression every game, and so I tend to see that a lot. And seeing all these other gates where there's just always these early 2 town centers is just a little bit unusual for me. And yeah, we've got 2 town centers from both players.
Here, Joe's.
Minotaur wandering around will probably whack that Oracle against a tree. Bonk, bonk. Lands over there, and then the Minotaur just wanders off, and the hero comes over to finish off the Oracle. Run.
Herr Joe's.
Maybe. But there's quite a delay from when the units stay stuck to when they start attacking, isn't there? Alright, town center. Town center.
Yuji.
And what do we do from here? I'll hit fast forward. So yeah, even when this game is done, we won't actually know. Somebody has 2 in this game. This is a game point for someone. I just don't know who. Probably Warrior. So let's hope maybe that DarthNox wins, so that I think that will result in a game 5. Military, counter barracks. Promethean, running around. Fast forward because they're just booming. What's Warrior doing? Yeah, he's just building. No, it is not, Alejandro. So, if you're not familiar at all with the Athenian League, there are no top players in it. It ends at 1700, which is like the edge of top 100. But this is of the 3 tiers. We could call it 13 to 14, 14 to 15, 1500 and up. This is the middle tier, so these are decent players, but not superb, not great, not even like the step below the top 100. There are a couple steps, so decent. You know, they'll be better than your average player for sure, but not spectacular, and that's okay. Not everybody can be a god at video gaming. These guys probably manage their lives a little bit better than the players in the top 100. it's probably the way they can, kind of pat themselves on the back a little bit. Maybe wasting less time playing this game than you are. So yeah, we are in a very this type of game is just so strange to me. I bet these players do floss their teeth. I bet they do.
Herr Joe's.
You know what? My scorecards are on the wrong side here. I need to get red on the right. I am in the highest division in here. So my rating, well, I have a Poseidon rating and an everything else rating. My Poseidon rating is like at the bottom edge of top 100. Like I was consistently the last few weeks when I was playing, it was like 1675 to 1720 is where I was kind of floating in. So I'm in the top league. The bad side for me, I maybe could consider changing the rules for me, is that my Poseidon is the only one that's really that great, and like the other ones, my second tier would probably be 1500, and then kind of below that as far as skill. But again, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly happy with where I'm at. Needs to spread these oracles out though. We've got a lot of oracles just kind of sharing in line of sight. There we go. Now we're moving, and we've got Warrior has aged up with Dionysus, and that means we have a Hydra. I need to go in and see if I can actually change the names, because I really do miss Robert J. Hydra the Third. Or maybe he can be the fourth now because it's in retold. Man, these games are quite passive.
Πρόσεχε. Έτοιμος.
Only pickaxe. Ooh. It's gonna hurt. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, just based on just looking at those upgrades, like the difference in those eco upgrades, DarthNox is looking pretty decent right now. You know, I wish that I could see like a counter on him to see like when his next head will grow. Like how much more hit points does he need to do?
Λέει έτοιμος.
Boy, he really wanted to kill that scout. We've got Shockwaves, Valor, no Heroic Age yet. Old DarthNox is very happily in Heroic Age. Has no clue. Oh, we've got Hero Ballista. Has no clue what is going on this half of the map. I think actually, Alejandro, the top players would generally say, at least before, well, yeah, even now, I think the top players would generally say that grabbing a town center is better. This Rhino. I just don't do that because I have no interest in playing that way. And for me, macro is not, you know, the base building, sitting back and making big armies and controlling the game that way, that's not for me. I'm not very good at that. And DarthNox, unfortunately, takes some losses there that he need not have done because he has no clue what's going on the map. He has literally no scouting despite having a bigger army. Kill some of these hoplites on the way out, so it's not a big deal. I mean, it really doesn't matter so much. Losing 3 villagers or 3 citizens when you're almost at max citizen doesn't really matter. I mean, what's the big deal? You're going to rebuild those pretty quick. Right now with Chinese, the meta is kind of weird because there's some pretty insane, like, Chinese, just kind of like exploitable strategies that are kind of goofy. So there's kind of like an artificial meta going on. I like this forward sky passage over here. I'm not, however, so much of a fan of these. Run! Get out of there. If you need to use a shockwave on the way out, retreat with the shockwave. There we go. Keep going. Get out. Get out. Probably forget the slow Kiros because they're too slow. No. Don't stop. Okay, I guess we fight. Resto. Now run! Alright. That's not bad to get Bronze and Resto out here. I mean, I guess he's still got 74 favor, so we can see more when the stuff is done. But I like this sky passage here, because there's always the threat of units just hopping out. Yeah, just run them into the sky passage right now. Forget this army. Alright, we're fighting it. We use chaos. Alright, you push this army off. Now jump in here. Maybe? But I don't know if I would have bothered to even fight that army because he would have... Red was just way out of position up here. You could have just retreated all the way. now you're gonna fight a fight that's probably just mutual destruction for both players. But what's the difference in the armory upgrades? We got first line, and we've got first line. So this is a lot of units here. There's probably more blue yet than there is red, so not a bad fight in the end for DarthNox. Kind of hard with as many units as there are and how close they get. It's sometimes kind of hard to judge in the game who's got a bigger army. But yeah, this is a bit of a scary push here from DarthNox. And you probably got to think it just comes down to the difference in the eco upgrades for so much of the game. And yeah, all these. All right, the play wasn't at all to jump into Sky Passage. It was just a hard push right through here. And Scream Warrior takes a loss here. Now the question is, was DarthNox ahead? Did he win this series or not? Because I don't know who won game 2. We'll find out here shortly when we see if there really is a game 5 or not. But this kind of game just really, it's so strange to me, where you just sit back and build an army and then just win with pushing across the map with like a large army. Like I just don't play that way. So seeing it, it's just kind of weird to me. Where I'm all about hitting and poking, and I guess he did end up sending some units over here in the end. But yeah, this big economy build. But I'm gonna guess that he was way ahead in resources. Not way, but decently ahead. But I guess at 12 minutes, if you're 3,000 resources ahead, that's quite a bit, given that really nothing had gone on at this point. I mean, there's really nothing that's happened at that time, and you're behind 3,000 resources is a bit concerning, I suppose, that you just were slow to get eco upgrades and such. Well, right now, Chinese kind of dictates the meta because Chinese has some crazy stuff that they can do. But I don't know. I feel like for most players, you can kind of just do as long as you have a decent strategy, they'll still work. The vast majority of online players are losing because of vastly other things. Doesn't really have anything to do with that. I mean, as long as you don't have a dumb strategy, it'll be fine. As long as your fundamentals are fine and you kind of build off of them. You can rush if you want. You can build a town center if you want. You can do a timing attack if you want. And as long as you execute those, you should be all right. I want to know, though, do we have a game 5? Or is this just a dummy game that it does not exist? Aha, we don't. So that was DarthNox was ahead going into that game and does win the series. So I don't know if maybe that second game or that third game where we liked Opera. All right, let's go with let's go with Shenang. I've been playing a little Shenang. Might as well because Shenang's different. Oh, we need to hide all my sources here. Do 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 do. Why in the world do I look like the kind of guy who'd like Opera? Nothing against people like Opera, but oh, sorry, it's pretty good.
请下命令，遵命，遵命。是的。
命，猎人。
是的。好的。
什么？准备好了，出发。遵命。
Oh, let's set my. Tsar's pretty good, so I imagine I will just keep losing like I have been, and that's fine. I'm all right with.
是的，出发。遵命。出发。
How about I send?
遵命。
What? D is not a dock? My hotkeys are all messed
建
up
筑工。
for this culture.
请下。
I also love how I
什么？
went scouting the same way I sent my hot air balloon.
是的。
Well, be careful, I guess. If you can ask me some other crazy questions. Just
请下命令。什么？建筑工。
oh, that's too far away.
遵命。建筑工。建矿工。
请下命令，出发。遵命。
是的，出发。请下则出发。建筑工。
Nice thing is with this dock, I get more.
什么？
是的。出发。
准备好了，猎人，请下命令。出发，遵法，猎人。
是的。
What's this for? Like farms are
则
cheaper.
出则矿工。
Yeah, I suppose I probably shouldn't be doing farms here, right? Even though that's kind of what Shenong does.
是准备好了。准备好了。出发。出发。
Who is he? He's Odin.
请下出发，遵猎人。是的。出发，遵命。出发，猎人，请下命令。准备好了。
是的。请下命令。什么？出矿。请则出发。是则出发。建筑工。准备好了。
是的。遵命。
请下命令。
是的。
什么？遵命。伐木工。
什么？
请下。
Where's the fish?
什么？准备好。
What the world? Where's my fish?
准备好了。建筑工。建筑矿工。是遵命。猎人，请下命。什么？
Oh, why did you die over there? That was really bad.
请下命。出矿工。
Oh, this is a nice one to get right away.
是的。出发。遵命。
请出发。
准备好了，出发。出发。是的，出发。
是的，则矿工。
什么？遵命。矿工，准备好了，出发。建筑工。
请下命，开战！公开战！
Very fortunate getting this thing out.
公开出发！是的，是的。什么？
Wow, getting that one out this early is like
遵命。
borderline broken.
是猎人。
准备好了。
What does he do against this?
是的，出发。遵命。出发。请下命，开战！
什么？建筑工。
什么？出发！出发！是出发！是开战！是准公开战！请下命令！出遵命！出发！遵命！出发！遵命！出发！遵命！是的，攻击！请下命令！出发！ 准备开攻势的。什么？准备好出发。
是出发。遵命。 出发，
How do I have no wood?
请遵命，
Oh, because I'm making all these.
遵命。建筑工，
什么？遵命，出遵命。
请下出发，遵出伐木工准备好了。建筑工
什么出伐木工
是？伐木工，
是出遵命，准备好出发。是的，开战。
Oh, I should not have ran in like that.
准备好了，攻击！实开攻开战！冲击！出发！出发！什么？出遵命！准备出遵命！
准遵命。建筑工，
出发！遵命！出遵命！
请下命令。建筑工
准备好，遵命，请下命，出发，是遵命。什么？出遵命，开战！准备好，出遵命，
What?
是出发，出遵命，攻击！请遵命，出遵命，出发，遵命，出发，
起出发，建筑工。
是遵出发，请下出发，出发，公开战，出遵命，出遵命。
So he's just gonna win because they pathed into the,
是的，攻击！开战！公开战！
准备遵命出发，建筑工。
出遵命，
攻击！
请下出遵命出发，建筑工，
出发！什么？出发！
well, why am I not making villagers?
准遵命。建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，
出发！出发！是的。什么？出遵命！
准出发，建筑工，建筑工。是遵命。
请下出发！是的。出发！遵命，准备好了。是的，开攻击！请下命令，开战！
出遵命。
出发！
伐木工，请出发。
I shouldn't have expected that.
请下命建筑工。准遵命伐木工。
出发！出发！看前进，攻击！是的，遵命，开战！准备好了，出发！是的，遵命，开战！出发！遵命的，是的，什么？下命令，开战！攻击！
遵命，出发。
Oh, he's not paying attention to his units up here.
开战！是的，遵命。
遵命出发。
Oh, that's not a duck.
建筑工，
开战！
是则出发。
准备出发！
准备好，遵出发，建筑工。是建筑工。
什么？则出发。建筑工，
Oops.
出发！是遵命，出发！遵命，出发！请下遵命，出发！遵命，就绪，请下命令。
请下命令。建筑工是
遵命。建筑工，建筑工，
出遵命，遵命。出发！
请出发。遵命。建筑工，
请下出发！什么？遵命，攻击！准备好了，开战！攻击！公开战！开战！遵命！是的，出遵命！准备
did not go well.
出发，准备继续，遵命。遵命，建筑工。出发，遵命。出攻前进，遵命，出发。准备就绪，开战！命令前进。出发，出发，开战！准备好了，请下命令。出发，建筑工。
伐木工，建筑工。
好的，开战！向乌台前进。攻开战！开战！好的。
Why is he fighting this?
攻击！遵命，出攻前进！出发！是攻击！开战！
什么？出遵命，建筑工。
出发！备出发！请下命令，出发！出发！什么？
是的，建筑工。
遵命。准备建筑工，建筑工。矿工。
准备好了，
X.
建筑工。
什么？
建筑工。
是的，准备出发，前进。
Has to be on this one, yeah. Wow, I really mismanaged that one.
请下出遵命，准备出发。
是的，是的。
遵命，出发。建筑工。
请下命令。矿工，请下出发。
That was not a good fight by yours truly there.
什么？出发，遵命。出发，出发。
出发。
请下命令。遵命。
Ah. Man, I wish my units wouldn't have gotten into the... And my micro wasn't so bad. Yeah, that first myth, because I built my dock. I built the dock. And I get that super one, that early one. If it's probably the other ones, it's probably okay. But how early did I? Like, I mean, he's also aging up at 5 minutes, which is like surely that's just like a minute too late, right? Or maybe 30 seconds late. In which case he's got a bad build. Like if you're going to know you're going to be attacked by a myth unit early, why would you age up at 5 minutes? I really should have won that game. I can't tell the difference between the Chinese units yet. So like in that fight, I have no idea which ones are the Wuzu, which ones are the Halberdier, and which ones are the Dao. They all look kind of the same. I mean, I guess this guy with the spear is probably the Halberdier, but like in that fight here, I had no idea which unit was which. So I couldn't, and then, I mean, it was a really bad fight. I thought my myth units there would carry, but I feel like they all just died. So this guy's good against buildings, but is he really very good against units? Does this charge? Dude, not very good with Shenong. Right. The campaign will teach you the foundations of like what the civs are, what units you got. But yeah, multiplayer plays a whole lot different than that. What do I think of the... So people tell me that you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to farm. So that's what we'll do. But like if you don't know what to do, you're not gonna know what your civ is even capable of. You're just gonna be literally making random units. So yeah, the Chinese, for example, I mean, you've got favor that you use for all of your myth units and such. The yellow is kind of indicating what that's where you gather favor for the Chinese. And so that's, you know, part of the tough part of the game is like everything is different. I mean, this civ does favor this way, this civ does favor this way, these units do this, and they're all different. But yeah, I wouldn't jump into multiplayer because if you don't really understand the game, you're just going to get smashed, in which case you're not going to learn anything from just getting ramrodded every game. I don't know why I have this much wood going on here. Hey, appreciate the subscription, my friend. And oh, this guy. So I'm a pretty solid player, but I play mainly just Poseidon. So the skill, you know, we're gonna just. I'm bored. I've been playing a lot of Poseidon, just kind of got bored, so I'm just gonna do like random god and just go from there. I achieved what I wanted with Poseidon.
准备好，猎人
Oh, you know what? A staple on my stream is that I'm always housed.
遵命，猎人
Now there is a setting though where you can set it to where you can see the range of buildings.
遵命，出发，
遵出遵命，遵出遵出发，
什么？出发，出发，遵命，
So you've got little relics that you can pick up that are like a little technology that improve things. So yeah, there's a lot that goes on into this game.
请下猎人，
准备好了，遵出遵命，猎人，猎人，
Boy, I do have a ton of. I don't know if this guy's any good or not. So if he's good, he'll probably flatten me because I feel like I should be aging by now. I think the earth wall is pretty lame.
是什么？遵命，
什么？猎人，
什么？出发，建筑工，建筑工，建筑工
准，备好了，出发，遵命，出发，
Oh, he's 1700-ish. I'll probably
遵命，
lose then by
出发，
quite a bit.
请下出发，伐木工，
是的，遵出遵命，出遵猎人，
什么？猎人，猎人，
出遵命，猎人，建立猎人，建筑工，
Hey, well, I want to make this guy next.
是请下遵命，出发，
I want to get over here actually. How much is left? I really can't see the little gray color to see how much is left on this.
请下命令，出发，
准备好，出遵命，出遵命，出发，伐木工，什么？建筑工，
准备好，出遵命，
Does that
出发，
beat me?
出遵命，
He's definitely
出发，
getting a town center, isn't he?
出发，攻击，准备出遵命， 什么？出
Oh yeah, he's got the slow down thing too. Yeah. I need to see if though he has.
出发，出发，
I did forget my town center or my auto queue.
建筑工，
是的，遵命，请下出遵命，全攻出开攻出攻，是的，请出发，什么？出发，开攻，是的，是出遵开战，准备好了，攻击开战，
Man, this
什么？出发。
Oh, now I need more of this.
矿工，
什么？建筑工，建筑工，建筑工，
出发，
出发，遵命，出发，建筑工，
请下出遵命，建筑工，
How do I keep forgetting my auto queue? Who's telling me to put auto queue on it?
伐木工，
遵命。什么？出遵命，攻击！前进，开战！出攻击！准备开战！请下出发，出发！是的，开攻击！出遵命，遵命。
I don't have another hero.
准备好了，
什么？建筑工，
是好的。遵命，请出遵命。
So this one Caladria is literally
建筑
stopping my entire push here. It's a little bit frustrating,
命令，什么
but it's kind of my own fault because I didn't make heroes.
是，请下命令，出发，出发，出发。什么？开战！好的，开战。是的。出攻，是的，手传前进。请下出攻，是的，好的，看出发，开战。攻击，攻是的，攻是的，出开是的，
出遵命，建筑工，建筑工，
是攻开战，出开战。是的，是开战。出遵命。
请下命令，建筑工。
Well, that's a citizen hero, isn't it?
请下攻开战。是的，攻开战。开攻击。准备就绪。出命。是的。什么？开战。攻击。下命令。攻击。什么？出攻是的。开战。准备好了。什么？准备好了。是的。
什么？建筑工。
开战！是的，什么？下命令。是吗？攻击！是准备好了。什么？
Okay.
开战！遵命前进。是的，请下命令。遵命出遵命。是出发开战。遵命出发。请出遵命攻击。出遵命的，请下命令。
出遵命，建筑工，
什么？出发！出发！请遵命。开战！是的，开战！
建筑工，建筑工，出发，建筑工，
遵命，请出遵命，遵命，出发，遵命。出攻是的，遵命。
I should have.
遵命是的，好的。请出是的，攻开战。
准备好了，出遵命，
I know it doesn't. I don't care. I just do it because it's more fun.
建筑工，
I don't really care if it works or not.
攻击，请下是的，攻开战。攻击，准备好是的。遵命。遵命。
But he's gonna have to go to this gold mine here pretty quick.
准备好，出遵命，建筑工，
我出发。
出遵命，建筑工，猎人，
准备好了。是的，是的，好的，是的，我是的，好的。准备好了。遵命。出发。命是出发。遵命，请下命令，准备就绪。出发。
是的，建筑工，
请下命令。出发。出发。遵出发。请下命令。什么？准备好。遵命。是的。
If he were smart, he would come and like do a counter attack now.
请下命。遵命。准备出发。 请下命令，遵命。
什么？出发。遵
It's
命。
like I should have walled this off by now.
建筑工。
遵命。出发。是的。
准备出发。建筑工。是的。遵开弓前开战。出遵命。出发。遵命。出发。
Yeah, see, I'm way too slow to.
什么？出发。好的。
So where does he gonna go then?
出发。
Where's he getting his gold?
请下命令。遵命。记着。遵命。出发。遵命。好的。遵命。遵命。
是则遵命。开战。
好的，请下遵命。
则处粮食工，则处遵命。建筑工。
下命令，出发。遵命。是的，好的。准备好了，出发。是的，遵命。出发。是的，是的。
Oh, I'm housed.
是的。啊！开进！开战！攻击！攻击！准备好了，出攻击！
How am I this housed? I thought I built a ton of house. Did he like kill them all or what?
请下命令，遵命，出发。准备好了。遵命，开战。命令前进。好的。什么？出发。开战。是的。
什么？跟出
What is this?
什么矿工？
开战。出发。遵命。准备好了。攻击。是的。遵命。攻击。什么？开战。
准备好出遵命。
什么？建筑工。
出发。开战。什么？开是的。出遵命。准备好了。出开是的。遵命。出发。
Oh, we lost all those.
建筑工。
什么？攻是的。出发。 什么？遵命，出发！遵命，什么？出发！遵命，是的，请下出发，攻击！
出发。
什么？出发。
请遵命，遵命。
是的，准备好了，出发！
准备好出发。矿工。
准备好矿工。
是的，遵命，遵命，出发！请下命令，开战！什么？出发！攻是的，准备好，开战！开战！前进！前进！向前进！
建筑工。
Boy, if I wouldn't have lost so many units.
请下命令。建筑工。什么？
什么？建筑工。
遵命，遵命。
Do I need more Kwafu? Yeah, probably.
什么？遵命出发！建筑工，
下命令出发，建筑工，建筑工。
Oops, no.
准备好了。是的，遵命。
Oh, the problem here too is I only have.
准备好了。
好的。攻击！是的，开战！
This game actually went quite a bit better than I thought it would. What do I have here? Oh, I thought I made the halberdier guys. Cause I almost had him gold block, but the just not walling. Just getting a little too lackadaisical in the walling. Probably need a third. What do they call those? The military camp? Sooner? I don't know if making the other one is worthwhile because all you get is just that flaming archer thing. Boy, how long was that house though, that game? Boy, I should play a Norse game and see like how that goes. Yeah, like that initial pressure, just not having more than one pioneer. There really wasn't any pressure. Like really, he shouldn't have been able to get on that hunt. Boy, eventually when I lose enough games, I will be able to find enough I'll be able to find games easy. If I can get my rating down to like 1500, I'll be pretty happy. Boy, his rating was that high, he didn't seem very good. Very basic gameplay. Let's be Norse. What do we want to be? Odin? Is Odin any good? Alright, let's be Freyr. We'll be Freyr. We'll be Freyr. Ooh. She do. Do 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 do.
Something. Ég vil.
Freyr. He wanted Freyr. Freyr he shall get.
Tilbúið. Ég vil. Timbursveit.
Jassa.
My house isn't. Need to fix. I don't have hotkeys set up for the other
Ég vil.
gods.
Tilbúinn.
Oh, why in the world is O?
Ég viss hann grjótsveit. Skipan, já.
Samþykkt. Ég vil. Tilbúið. Satt.
This will be my last game, then I'll have to go do other stuff.
Skipan.
Já.
Tilbúinn.
Skipan. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Satt. Til satt.
There, now it's Q. That'll really change things for me.
Sækið fram! Skip. Ég... Já! Sækið fram! Já!
Oh, don't attack the air balloon.
Hver það?
Ég samþykkt.
Skip. Ég satt. Til. Ég satt. Ég vil. Veiðimaður. Skipan.
Timbursveit. Hver? Já. Satt. Timbursveit. Já. Samþykkt. Timbursveit.
Já! Satt.
Timbursveit.
Tilbúin.
What's the tempo cost? 135. 150.
Atrás!
Já. Atrás.
Já! Skipan. Ég satt. Ég satt. Ég vil. Satt. Ég satt. Ég vil. Satt. Skipan. Sækið fram! Ég vil.
Já. Timbursveit.
That didn't work quite nearly as well as I thought it would. Oh, it's nice that I can see how decent the guy is. Somebody should do that every game, just so I can see.
Tilbúin. Skipan.
Surely I built this, right?
Tilbúin. Já. Tilbúin. Samþykkt. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
How in the world does this play Fuzi? How does he have that many games? Oh, he's a Smurf.
Já.
Ah, okay.
Já. Ég veiðimaður.
Skip. Veiðimaður.
That spells trouble for
Tilbúinn.
a guy like me.
Tilbúið. Samþykkt. Veiðimaður.
Oh wait, no.
Ég vil. Satt. Ég
Hver er-
vil. Tilbúin.
Oh, no.
Skipan.
So what does Fuzi do that's different?
Skipan. Ég vil. Satt. Já.
Veiðimaður. Samþykkt. Timbursveit. Já. Hver er það?
Já, atrás. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Ég vil.
I feel like I'm probably aging up too late.
Tilbúinn.
Já. Samþykkt. Skipan. Satt. Ég satt.
Hver er þar? Sjá. Til ég vil. Ég vil. Samþykkt. Til orrustu slag.
Atrás. Já. Atrás. Já.
Já, satt. Já. Til já. Já. Til orrustu slag. Já. Til já. Já. Til atrás.
Hver er það?
Samþykkt.
Tilbúinn.
Já, já. Já.
Sam.
Hver er það? Ég vil kjósa maður.
Skipan. Já. Já, samþykkt. Já, satt.
Something. Satt.
Já. Tilbúin? Ég vil. Skip. Samþykkt. Já, satt. Hver er já? Satt. Skip. Já, ég Sveit. Skip. Já. Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil.
Til
Skip.
something. Ég vil.
Til orustu slag. Já. Ég samþykkt. Ég satt.
Já. Hver er það? Já.
Tilbúin? Samþykkt. Hver já?
Oh, he did just get him.
Já. Til orustu já.
Já.
Já, ég vil. Satt. Skip hann. Hver er það? Ég vil. Samþykkt. Já, samþykkt. Tilbúin. Já, satt. Samþykkt. Já.
Oh, this guy never
Já,
finished his
ég
thing.
samþykkt. Hver er það? Satt. Samþykkt. Já, samþykkt. Hver ég vil.
Hver er það? Timbursveit.
Ég vil. Til já. Aðrá.
Til orustu
Til
slag.
Til
timbursveit.
timbursveit.
Tilbúin.
Til já.
Já. Tilbúin. Ég vil. Samþykkt.
Hver er þar?
Skipan. Samþykkt. Já, ég vil. Skip tilbúin. Já.
Já, satt. Timbursveit.
Satt.
Já.
Skip.
Já.
Fyrst til já.
Til já. Tilbúin. Til orustu slag.
Skipan.
Man, where's some more fish?
Já.
Já. Tilbúin.
Tilbúin. Já.
Hver er það? Til aðra. Til ég vil. Já.
Skip hann. Til orustu slag. Ég vil.
Satt. Já, samþykkt. Satt. Já. Ég vil.
What was that noise? Something died, but I don't know what it was. Did I delete that person?
Samtill. Já, ég vil. Já. Fyrst satt. Já. Tilbúin. Ég samþykkt. Skip. Já.
What does Nuba do?
Ég vil. Satt.
Skipan.
Til samþykkt. Já.
What is Nuba?
Hver er þar?
I need to age up, I think.
Samþykkt.
Ég samþykkt. Tilbúin. Já. Ég vil. Já. Ég vil. Já. Samþykkt.
What do I think of China? I don't.
Já.
I haven't played against them or with them enough to really have
Tilbúin.
any specific opinion.
Samþykkt. Já.
Hver er þar?
Hver er það? Ég satt.
Tilbúin. Já.
Skip. Já.
What is this thing?
Til
What is the White Horse Cavalry good against?
Já. Til orustu slag. Já. Satt. Samt. Já.
Hvað satt?
Já. Aðrá.
Tilbúin.
Tilbúin. Til orustu slag.
Hmm.
Já.
Am I close to aging up? Not really.
Já, ég satt. Já, ég vil. Skipan til, já, ég satt. Hver það? Já. Já, tilbúið, samþykkt. Ég
Í satt. Samþykkt grjótsveinn.
Skipan, já, samþykkt.
Freyr isn't quite it for me.
Já, ég samþykkt.
Oh wait, the spear. Where's the spear guy? Oh, he's right here. Oh man, I hate to lose that dude.
Já, ég vil.
Tilbúin. Já.
Tilbúið, já. Samþykkt.
Ég samþykkt. Já.
Já, satt. Ég samþykkt. Já.
Tilbúin. Já. Já.
Skip, hver það? Skipa, tilbúið. Til orðuslag. Já, afgráð. Já. Skipið samþykkt. Ég satt, tilbúið. Já, til orðuslag.
Samþykkt. Ég vil.
Oh, I need to.
Tilbúin. Grjótsveinn. Tilbúið. Satt. Hver til satt. Já, ég vil.
I forget I'm supposed to get technologies as fair. Well, that they take forever to build to train.
Hver já. Ég vil. Já. Samþykkt.
Hver ég satt.
I think he's a little bit ahead of me.
Já.
Til já. Satt.
Ooh, I don't know if I can hit that.
Ég satt. Tilbúið. Skip, tilbúið. Já.
Ég samþykkt.
He's gonna just absolutely level everything. Well, it's a combination of two. So you use drought, which weakens the buildings, and then Great Flood finishes the rest of them off. All right. Well, I have to be done at 3, so at least we're getting lots more games in. I have time for one more. I wish you could like reset like your. Yeah, there's not a ranked. So the focus of this game, in terms of what were they marketing it for, it was certainly not for multiplayer.
West. West.
Osto, Bureg. Erschlossen.
They very much were aiming for the casual crowd.
Bureg.
You know, from a marketing standpoint,
Yes.
they wanted the old players like me to get the game, and they also wanted probably other age of players to get the game.
Erschlossen.
And then probably hope to get maybe some players that were curious from other RTS games. I don't know why this guy.
Herr Joes.
It's a very cool game.
Yuji. Osto. Schwest.
It's very fun. You can't be a purist RTS player and enjoy this because it's just wacky. It's like the Fortnite of RTS games. It's just wacky. Which, by the way, I do enjoy Fortnite. It's my
Yuji.
I got a buddy I play with it. Like if I didn't have my buddy that I played with, it would be not fun. But yeah, it's not a serious RTS. So if you're somebody that's from the other RTSs looking for serious games, wait, this isn't even set up either. This is how much I've been playing Poseidon. I don't even have my hotkeys set up for like just building a house. I mean, Chinese, the issues with Chinese only affect like the 1% of the player base, so they don't really care.
Yuji. Osto. Bureg. Yuji. Herr Joes. Mock.
Like you weren't gonna have a bustling player base whether or not China had some silliness going on. Shoot the boar. Let's go.
Bureg. Herr Joes. Bureg.
So unlike Chinese, now when I want to gather favor as an Atlantean, it is based on oracles getting line of sight. Yeah, there are a lot of DoD players, that's for sure. So I want to keep an eye on this gold mine, and I want to keep an eye on this town center. I keep having like this Chinese mindset where I'm trying to I'm trying to get my buildings like to line up so that they
Herr Joes. Mock. Yuji. Eschlost.
Yuji. Eschlost. Herr Joes.
Most intum. Bure. Most intum.
yeah, I have way too much. What are these relics? 5th unit speed, that's pretty good.
Yuji. Mock. Yuji. Eschlost.
Let's try to scout and see what he's got going on.
Yuji. Erschlossen.
Yuji. Mock.
Interesting that he's already moving over to
Most intum. You mock. Eschlost. Mock. Skopos. Eke, Diot.
Ishmak.
Burek, most intim.
No, there's another one coming out. What RTS is coming out?
Ishmak. Burek. Yuji.
Skopos.
Interesting that he
Yuji,
does
Mark.
not think I know he's over here.
Skopos. Yuji. Dilis Moke.
Erjos. Mak. Eshlos. Uje.
Yuji. Poro Fras.
Eshlos. Uje.
Yuji.
I don't think it's quite worth it to.
Poro Fras. Yuji. Skopos. Yuji. Poro Fras. Eshlos. Burek. Dilis Moke. Yuji.
Erjos.
Skopos. Poro Fras. Dilis Moke. Skopos. Yuji. Poro Fras. Eshlos. Eshlos.
Okay, now we have.
Diot.
Oh, farm is Q2? Shoot, I have layered.
Skopos. Uje. Mak.
Yuji.
Eshlos.
Skopos. Yuji. Burma. Dilis Moke. Yumak.
Skopos. Mak.
Shoot, I still can't
Eke,
use this.
Mak. Eke.
Yuji. Burek. Mak.
Uje.
Eshlos. Yuji. Eshlos. Eshlos. Skopos. Eshlos. Yuji. Dilis Moke. Yuji. Poro Fras. Yuji. Yuji.
Uje.
Poro Fras. Poro Fras. Poro Fras. Yuji. Dilis Moke. Yuji. Eshlos. Yuji. Eshlos.
Erjos. Osto. Schwest.
Let's put
Okay.
this down here.
Yuji. Eked.
Erjo. Mak.
He might be over there on that.
Skopos. Eke, Diot. Burek. Skopos.
I'd like to get some line of sight on this.
Eshlos. Burek.
Uje. Eshlos. Mak.
Erjos. Burek. Yuji.
Come on. Finish this up.
Schwest.
Erjos. Vest. Skopos. Most intim.
Oh, stop spinning!
Yuji. Eshlos. Yuji. Burek. Dilis Moke. Skopos. Dilis Moke. Skopos. Poro Fras. Burek. Dilis. Poro. Dilis Moke. Skopos. Yuji. Eshmak.
Uje. Eshlos.
Poro Fras.
Uje.
Yuji. Eshlos. Yuji.
He didn't mean to use that pig.
Eshlos. Yuji. Eshlos.
Erjos. Mak.
Eshlos. Skopos. Mak.
Erjos. Mak. Uje. Uje.
Yuji. Eshlos.
Erjos. Eked.
Burek. Eshlos.
Erjo. Eshlos. Mak.
Yuji. Mak. Yuji. Eshlos. Burek. Skop. Mak. Yuji.
Skopos. Diot.
Yuji. Oso. Mak.
Burek. Eshlos. Skopos. Mak. Yuji. Yuji. Yuji.
Did he put up a wall here?
Eshlos.
And there too.
Mak. Mak.
Eshlost. Eked.
Burek. Yuji. Skopos. Dilis Moke. Dilis Moke. Eshlos.
Jos. Yuji. Eke. Yuji. Eke.
Skopos, Schloss. Yuji, Mak, Burek, Schloss. E Poro Fras. Skopos, Tilis Moke. Yuji, Til, Ma, Yuji, Burek, Til, Yuji. Skopos, Til, E Poro Fras. Yuji, Yuji.
Yeah, he shouldn't have come down here.
Tilis Moke. Ma, Yuji, Schloss. Yuji, Schloss. Ma, Yuji, Schloss. Yuji, Ma, Yuji, Ma, Yuji, Schloss. Ma. Epilis Moke. Kopos. Epilis Moke. Epilis Moke. Ma. Epi. Ma. Yuji. Ma. Yuji. Schloss. Yuji. Schloss. Ma. Yuji. Yuji. Kopos. Ma. Epil. Eporo Fras. Epilis Moke.
This fight's going a little bit worse for me than I thought it would.
Yuji. Schloss. Ma. Schloss. Ma.
Ostmak, Osto, Schwest, Odvai,
Yuji, Mak, Burek, Skop, Yuji, Schloss. Yuji, Burek, Schloss. Skopos, Ma, Yuji, Schloss, Burek. Yuji, Ma, Schloss. Ma, Schloss.
Yuji. Skopos.
Bur, Eket, Vayen,
Skopos. Osto.
Epilis Moke. Ma.
Eke.
Mak, Osto, Bur, Yuji, Schmak, Herjo, Yuji, Osto, Yumak, Herjos, Eket,
Epilis Moke.
Why do I have this? I wasn't on Atlantean, it's on Poseidon. I mean, I've played this
Burek.
game for so long.
Skop, Ma. Yuji. Yuji.
Alright, pushed him off that. Oh,
Mos Intel,
Burek.
I mean, I don't know, 100. How many games did I play Poseidon?
Yuji. Yuji.
100 some games?
Yuji.
Yuji?
Bureg.
Burek. Schloss. Yuji.
Just this villager that I want to build that thing.
Yuji. Eke.
Herjos, Osto, Eket, Bur,
Ah,
Eket,
no.
Eket,
Burek. Ma. Eshma. Skopos. Yuji. Yuji. Schloss.
Now he's on the
Ma.
bottom.
Yuji. Ma.
Bureg. Lost.
Yuji. Ma. Yuji. Ma.
Oh my goodness.
Skopos. Yuji. Ma. Yuji. Ma. Yuji. Yuji.
Mak. Most intim.
Burek. Ma. Yuji. Schloss.
Okay, so what do I do to beat that?
Bure, Eket, Yuji, Mos Intem,
Ma. Yuji. Yuji. Skop. Schloss.
Herjos. Eke. Vayen.
Yuji. Yuji. Burek. Ma. Yuji. Tilis Moke. Ma. Schloss. E Poro Fras. Yuji. Schloss. Tilis Moke. Ma. Schloss. Yuji. 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 Schloss. Yuji.
Bure, Yuji, Osto, Yuji, Diat,
Ma.
Bure, Yuji, Mak,
Skopos.
Eket,
Bureg.
Herjos, Mak,
Eshlost.
Bure, Vayen, Skopos,
Skopos. Yuji. E Poro Fras. Yuji. Yuji. Burek.
Are they? I don't know.
Yuji. Burek. E Poro Fras. E Tilis Moke. Ma. Yuji. Skopos. E Yuji. Schloss. Burek. Ma. Yuji.
Herjos,
Yuji. Schloss. Ma.
I need to get like a wall put up.
Eket, Skopos, Eket,
Skopos. Eke. Eke.
Eket. Schloss. Yuji. Yuji. Burek Eket. Burek Schloss. Ma Yuji. Skopos Schloss.
Yuji. Mos Yuji. Bu Eschlost. Yuji.
Skopos. Burek Yuji. Eket. Yuji. Mak. Yuji Mak. Schloss.
Burek.
Schloss. Burek. Eket. Eket. Yuji Schloss. Burek. Mak. Schloss. Schloss.
Mos intem. Bumak. Eket. Herr
Oh,
Jones.
not the villager. Why do I always do that?
Eket.
Schloss. Ma Yuji. Yuji. Burek. Mak. Yuji. Skopos.
Eket.
Mak Yuji.
Herr Jones. Eket.
Skopos. Yuji. Diat. Also.
Ost Diat. Diat.
Ma
Burek.
Eschlost.
Ma Osto. Ma Osto.
Yuji.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do here.
Burek. E poro fras.
Skopos.
Burek. Diat. Skopos. Yuji. Schloss. Ma e poro fras.
Herr Jones. Eket.
Dilis Moke. Yuji. Mas.
Eket. Eket. Ma Yuji.
Skopos. Ma Burek. Skopos. Ma Dilis Moke. Dilis Moke. Burek. Schloss. Yuji. Yuji.
Yuji. Ma Yuji. Eket. Osto. Herr Jones. Eket.
Skopos. Ma Schloss. Yuji. Burek. Eket. Yuji. Eket. Burek.
Yuji.
Yuji. Schloss. Burek.
Skopos. Mos intem. Eket. Mos Yuji. Eket.
Ma Yuji.
What are these guys doing?
Schloss. Ma Yuji. Ma.
Herr Jones. Yuji.
Burek. Yuji.
Burek.
Yuji. Skopos. Ma. E poro fras. Burek. Ma. Schloss. Also. You mos intem. Osma. Yuji. Mos intem. Skopos. Ma. Schloss.
Okay, I must not have anything on.
Schloss. Also. Burek. Yuji. Ma. Mos intem.
Bumak. Yuji. Diat.
Yuji. Ma. Yuji. Mos int. Eket. Ma. Herjos. Mos intem.
Mos intem. Mos intem.
Yuji. Yuji. Dilis Moke. Yuji. Schloss. Yuji. Mos intem.
Yuji.
Skopos. Eket.
What's wrong with my line of sight here?
Yuji. Herr Mosto.
Yeah, this didn't go so well. This is a tough, a tough unit composition. Just pure infantry. Yeah, I don't have any line of sight of these things. If it weren't for that, I would win. Man, this didn't go so well either. Oops. Alright, that's that. I'll have to... Ugh, I gotta go. I'll have to be done. Whew. Man. Can't even win with Uranos. Yeah, I thought I would win that fight, but I didn't. I had an eco, just True Ballista probably aren't the answer here. Atlantean, I don't know if I wouldn't say Atlantean's the easiest.
Skopos?
Yuji?
I'd say Greek are the easiest because their military is so simple.
Herr Joes?
I would rather have simple military than simple economy. Not that Greek is really that complex, but like Atlantean's easy economy, but their military is a little bit. Their military is goofy. Yeah, I think I was making Bite of the Shark. Murmillos.
Skopos?
Maybe I never got Bite of the Shark. Do I even have a Murmillo to check? Oh, he was up.
Skopos?
Yuji? Herr Joe? Skopos? Herr Joes?
Herr Joes?
I might not even have. Is Bite of the Shark bugged? It's not. Is it not doing tick damage?
Yuji? Eschlomos intum.
Yuji?
Is that's what it's doing? Is it doesn't do enough damage? Oh, well then, yeah, that's a huge problem then in this matchup then. How does everybody know these things? I don't even know these things. I used to be in touch
Bureg.
with what's going on.
Skopos?
Yeah, without Bite of the Shark here, it is tough because the answer to like the Mass Berserks is the Murmillo with bleed with Bite of the Shark, but if you don't have that, you're losing out on a ton of damage. But anyway, I gotta go. I have probably played too long anyway. Thanks for watching me lose. A lot. We're getting down to where we can find games regularly though, so that's good. That'll be good. So yeah, we're down to 1560. If we can get down to like 1500, we'll be cooking. We'll be getting some competitive games again. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Jay Flowers, I wish you the best in learning Age of Mythology. It's a tough game to get your head around. It's not simple, but it's fun. I enjoy it. That's why I'm here. But all right, have a good day, everybody. Stay safe, happy, healthy, all those good things, and that'll be it for today.